When I see you, when I see you. Ooh. Hey everyone, this is Collabos and welcome back to my channel. Hello. Okay, so today I'm doing a little segment on my channel called Tea Time, and for today's tea I'm going to be telling you guys about how I low-key stole a car. Hey! Okay, so the year is 2011, 2012, and I decided, you know what, let me go see my friend who lives in Joburg at the time. And you guys know, like, whenever your out of town friend comes into town, comes to visit you, like, all you're doing all weekend long is making bad decisions. That's it, just bad decisions, getting very drunk and wearing little to nothing. That's it. So basically, like, that was all that was on the menu for the weekend. Like, we had planned to do some hood rat shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is what happened. I wake up on Saturday morning and my friend was just like, hey girl, how you doing? And I'm like, oh girl, I'm so hungover. The night before we had went out, if I remember correctly, we crashed some Vitz party or whatever situation that was happening. And yeah, because it was a weekend of bad decisions, we decided not to leave when it started raining. We're like, oh, cooler. I see coolie. We got rained on very hard. And of course, like I said, because it's a weekend of bad decisions, instead of going home, we went to the club. So you can imagine I came back home that Friday evening. I came back home very tired. I was very tired, child, very tired, and you know, cold and wet. When I woke up in the morning, I was just like, there is no way I'm leaving this bed. And my friend had other plans. You see my friend there, my friend is like a Duracell bunny, guys. Like, my friend, when it comes to groove, she always has energy. When it comes to groove, good times, like, that's her stuff right there. She's like, she always has energy for it. She always has plans, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to know what's happening, you call her, hey girl, what can we do today? She'll have something. Like, yeah, she's gonna tell her. She tells me, she's like, I'm leaving now, I'm gonna go hang out with some people. And in my head, I'm just like, yo, I'm not going anywhere. I was just like, I ain't going nowhere, I'm not going nowhere. And she was just like, no, it's fine, I'm just gonna go hang out with my guy friends. They're gonna play some indoor soccer or whatever is the case. They're gonna play some indoor soccer and I'm just gonna go chill with them and, you know, just have lunch with them, and yeah, I'll see you when I come back. I was like, great, I can sleep in and, you know, just catch up on my sleep, because I knew later on that night we're gonna go out again. Hold up, let me pull it up. Oh, ooh, when I see you, so sexy boy, you know, guys, I've been waiting to drink the savannah for 2 weeks, so home lang. That's good, child. Ooh, that's good. You look like a fish. Anyway, where was I? Back to the story. Yes. So anyway, my friend goes out and, you know, she goes to hang out and whatever. She left me at the house and I was perfectly fine with that, because like I said, I needed to recharge. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. I was tired, child. Like, oh my god, I was tired. So I took a nap, I slept, and during the course of the day, Miguel and I are talking about our evening plans or whatever, and I'm just like, girl, I want to go to the club. Because up until that point, I don't remember me going to the club. Okay, I have like a couple of times, but I haven't been to a Joburg club yet, you know. So I was just like, friend, take me to the club. I don't know how it came up, but the guys she was with, her friends, were like, alright, cool, we'll take you guys to the club, don't worry about it, just be ready at this time, we'll take you guys to the club. Fine. So when she came back to the house, she just told me the plans. She's like, oh, well, these guys, you know, these are my boys, these are my friends, they're saying that, you know, they want to take us to the club, on them, you know those vibes, like, just come, hang out, good time. Our girl comes back home and, you know, she's telling me, cool. So I was just like, alright, cool, these are your people, you know what I'm saying? Like, so let's go with them. You trust, if you trust them, let's go. Okay, now you see the thing is now with me not going out a lot and stuff like that is because like I avoid. Okay, so so funny. I was so fine. I'm just like, cool, let's go. I wanna go to the club anyway, and you know, if it's gonna be on them, so I was just like, okay, fine, let me just take my ID and you know carry that with me, just so I don't have like bulky bags with me and stuff like that. And I remember asking her, I'm like, but you know, should I take my card? Should I take my bank card? Should you take a bank card? And she's like, no, friend, like I went out with these guys before, don't worry about it, bash up. And I'm just like, okay, fine. And also remember guys, I said that this was a weekend for making bad decisions, right? So everything in me was like, girl, take your card, girl, take your driver's license, girl, take your wallet. But I was just like, let's go. I was like, let's go to the club for your charge, friend. So I'll never even forget, even that night me and my bestie were wearing matching lipstick. We were wearing blue lipstick. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, bad decisions. I'm so happy I don't have those pictures anymore. Like, it was a great night, we had a great time, but I'm so happy I do not have those pictures anymore because we looked a mess. But anyway, let's go back to the story. So our first stop on the way to the club was their house, the guy's house, so they can get ready and change and whatever. So we're driving. We're driving from Auckland Park to I don't know where they lived. With my bad decision, as I didn't even think to ask, as can you see where I went wrong? Can you see? But anyway, we're driving, and y'all will not believe what happened. We're driving and getting it's gonna be a great night of driving. Did the petrol light not start flashing? Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Garage guy holerambi. Rasustake. Guys. So yeah, Koloya stuck, the petrol finished, and you know, we are stuck in the middle of the road, and it kind of sucked. It really did suck because like the garage is literally like around the corner. Like we could see the garage from where we're sitting, guys, from where we're in the you know, like at that point, yeah, I just felt like there's just something in the air. There's just something in the air that's telling me to go home. But like I said, we're making bad decisions, so you know what, I ignored that something in the air. I was just like pushing the air out of my way. I was like, I'm on a mission. I'm going to the club, universe, and you can't stop me with all your sides. So me and my friend are sitting in the car, and now we're kind of like, the boys are kind of like debating what's gonna happen. And I push or we're garaging and just to pour petrol and then come back with a scoop. You know what I'm saying? But then like the petrol attendants saw us, and then they came to us. They helped push the car to the station, you know. So we were at the station maybe like 20-30 minutes, and then Bachelor Petrol, then Ratsama, obviously, you know, they're very apologetic about it. I'm so sorry guys, we thought we'd be able to get to the station, we thought we'd be able to get to the station, and you know, I was just like, I guess these things happen, you know. In my head I was just like, I guess these things happen. We leave the petrol station and we go to the guy's crib. We get to the guy's crib. Me and my friend are like just chilling, watching TV or whatever. I don't actually remember what we're doing, but they were getting ready. Yo guys, it took forever. The only thing I remember about being there is that they took forever. Oh my gosh, you'd say they were putting on makeup. Like, they took forever, and I was getting impatient because here's the thing, I had never been to a club before, so I had no idea that the club only starts getting popping after like 10-11. That's when you kind of like arrive at that time, like, you know what I'm saying. At this time it was, I think, my 8, you know, and I'm like, guys, we have to go to the club. Ooh, we have to go to the club, guys. We're gonna shake it out, we're gonna So yeah, with my little amateur ass. Alright, they finished getting ready. Ratsana kakoloing hak! There we go, to the club we go. Off to the club. Yeah? Fine, we get to the club. I don't remember what the club name was. I think it was Kong Taboo. I don't know. I don't really remember, guys. It was like at least 8 years, 9 years ago. Like it was a very long time. It was a very long time ago. But yeah, we got to the club and they let us inside. The guys paid. I was like, yes, girl. You know what? I really appreciate my friend because I feel like if you're gonna take me out to the club for the first time, let's do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like when girlies go to the club, they don't pay for anything. As long as they're cute, very great, very sexy. Hey, you can do anything you want when you're sexy. Okay, fine. So we get into the club and obviously we head to the bar, right? And the first thing I noticed was just like, oh my god, like good age, like. It's full. It's so full. The bar area is full as fuck. We are just literally standing there like sardines just waiting to be served. And actually thinking back on it, it makes me cringe. Guys, Corona will forever change everything. I don't ever think after this I'm gonna go to the club. Like, I don't know, social distancing in a club. Like, so yeah, it was just really full and I was getting a little bit annoyed because oh my god, this is taking forever. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought when you get into the club immediately, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes and get so hot in here. I thought that's how the club was, you know. Then eventually the boys get us drinks. So we went to a little section corner. We start partying the night away. Party, okay? Getting drunk of our minds, partying. And at this point you guys are probably thinking, oh, what these guys wanted to, you know, bag you guys. They wanted to, you know, take you home or whatever. But honestly, like, to give them credit, they were not even pushing up on us. Like, they were not doing none of that at all. When they said they want to take us to the club, that was gonna be that. That's all it was. So I was just having a really good time and, you know, like, just having civil, nice time with these guys, platonic vibes. Yo! All I do is win, no matter what. Of course, because all I do is win plays in the club every single time. So all I do is win, no matter what. Got money in my mind, I don't even give a. Oh. So yeah, we're doing all that partying, sweating our makeup off. Guys, I went to the club with a full face and halfway through I had no makeup on my face. I was a mess. I was a mess. Like, I had fun, okay? I had fun. Yeah, I went to the bathroom, I saw Bonang. Like, it was a very wild night. Hey, it was one of those like very fun, like Munatimpulai type of nights. Like, we drank, we danced our asses off. Like, we had a really good time, you know? Almost so good that I literally kind of forgot that, you know, a couple of hours ago we were stuck in this dude's cars. You know, so the end of the night is nearing and I remember that like the guys were kind of like hitting on another group of girls, you know what I'm saying? And listen, I have no problem with that, honey, none, because I was not gonna go home with them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did not come to the club to leave with you. No, I came to the club to have a good time. So go ahead, look for someone else you can leave with. Like, that ain't no problem with me. Now the problem came when this man came and told us. Actually, he didn't even told us. What he did was came to us and was like, you know when you asking for a friend, someone, just to see what they're gonna say. He came to us and he was just like, oh, you know, I really like those girls. Those girls wanna go out to the next club after this. You know, I know you guys wanna go home, but you know, we wanna leave with those girls. Those girls wanna go to the club. Right? It's all good from now here, right? Because I'm like, I'm not going to another club. After this, I'm tired, I'm gonna go home. They're like, no, those girls wanna go to the club. And we're like, great, take those girls to the club, you know what I'm saying? Take us home and take us to the club. You know, I thought at this moment WATTBA kid was settled. I thought what they were gonna do is that they were going to drive us home or get us an Uber home, then come back for the girls and take them to the club, or take them to the club. So at this point, I felt like they were kind of asking us permission to ditch us. You know what I'm saying? And we were okay with it. We were just like, you guys gave us such a nice time. It's fine. You can go ahead and do whatever whole stuff you're gonna do. Just take us home. You know what I'm saying? We thought the matter was handled. We thought that they were gonna figure out a way how to return us to where they found us, and then they can continue living whatever life they wanna live after that. Do you know what I'm saying? No. So me and my friend at that time, and we ran into her other friend in the club. We were just chilling, you know, we were just chilling in the club, and we were just waiting for them to figure it out. Because our thing was, if they're gonna get us an Uber home, a maxi home, that's fine. That way we can just leave with my friend's friend that we met in the club. No problem. We were trying to go home anyway. Like, guys, we were like, yeah, we partied. We were done. We were done. I don't even remember, guys, what happened or the fight at home, but all I know is that one of the guys we were with said something to someone, and the bouncers basically kicked us out. The bouncers basically kicked us out, and it wasn't a problem, to be honest, because we were just trying to get home at this point. We were tired. I am not too fedi longisha. And they wanted to go to another club with this group of girls, so it worked out perfectly to be kicked out of the club. Now we can all just continue the rest of the night like we had been talking about, right? No, wrong, guys. When we got kicked out, and they obviously followed us because they were counting on the guys we were with to be the ride to the next club, right? Yo, guys. Yo, wow, there were at least like five. At least five. I remember 5. And this is a problem because we did not come in a van. You know, absolutely got kumpi. So you can already tell the logistics. I'm looking at myself, my friend is looking at herself, her friend is looking at herself, and we are looking at these 2 other niggas, and we are looking at their entertainment for the night, and we're just like, guys, if push comes to shove, these niggas are choosing those girls. And obviously, like, as a human being, I understand. I understand, like, if I go to the club with my friends and I see a cute guy, I may want to leave with him. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get it. You know, at the same time I understand, but at the same time I'm like, guys, we are not down the street from where we live. You know, you know, and the least you can do is make sure that you get what I'm saying? Like, yo, at this moment I'm starting to stress. Okay, I'm starting to stress, and my friend was like, no, like, you're taking us home, period. And I was just like, yes, friend. Yes, friend. So fine, now we're in the car, right? We're in the car, and the girls that are trying to leave with the guys that we came with, with the guys, right? And the guys come in the car, and the guys are like, is it okay if we get you guys a maxi, if we get you guys an Uber, so we can leave here and go to the club with the girls? And we're like, look, man, great. Fine. So now we get in the car and we drive to the corner to look for an ATM, because you know they have to give us money to get a maxi to go home, right? Because like I had said in the beginning of the story, they told us, you know, everything's gonna be on them, and unfortunately we made the decision to believe them. So we left all our things at home. You know, so we are kind of like, it wasn't even us trying to be difficult moment, but it was just us being real. Like, if you guys don't give us money to go home, we won't be able to go home. We're driving around Santon, we're looking for what do you call this thing? We're looking for ATM so they can withdraw money to give us. We find the ATM, right? The nigga gets out the car, he goes to withdraw, and then he comes back. We're like, where's the money? And he tells us that no, the ATM isn't working. So we're like, okay, let's look for another one. Oh, we're fine. So guys, now you have to understand that I'm feeling vibes. You know? I'm feeling vibes, bad ones. Bad ones in the air, just bad vibes. I'm feeling vibes, and you know, all those little voices that I heard when the car got stuck, you know, are now coming back. I'm like, Miguel, do you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening? And at the time, obviously, because I'm still so, you know, not even naive, but I don't know on his side, on their side, what's going on. I'm just sitting in the car trying to find another ATM, right? But in the back of my head, I have this voice, man, this voice that's here. It's here. It's telling me, what if these people don't have money to give you guys to go home? So my friend is a little bit more hip to the game than me, because like I said, I was an amateur. You know, I was going to the club for the first time in Joburg, you know, but yeah, not because she knows these things. This bitch gave me a look and she was like, and I was like, bitch, what the hell is going on? And this bitch is texting me, she's like, girl, I think they don't have money. Because now we had gone to our third ATM and it wasn't breaking. And I was just like, what the hell is we gonna do now? What the hell is we gonna do now? But in my head I was just like, you know what, because obviously there is still the car option, we're fine. You know what I'm saying? They'll drive us home, we're fine. They did say if they can't find the ATM, they'll quickly drive us home and we'll come back, and they'll come back. So in my head I was just like, it's gonna be okay. No, it wasn't okay. So now we end back at the club after like 3 ATMs. We end back at the club, and those girlies are still standing outside, and those guys leave to go to those girlies and they do whatever they're talking there. So me and my friend are just like, yo, but how are we gonna get home, bitch? Cause push comes to shove, we're getting kicked out. Push comes to shove, they're kicking us out the car to make space for their girlies. You know, so we're stressed, re-stressed. And you can kind of like imagine the tensions right now are like rising. You know, they're like rising, especially between us and the other girlies. You know, because the other girlies now are getting annoyed. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just like, we wanna go right now, like, we're bad bitches, we have things to do, we have places to go, we have, you know, asses to shake in the club. So, you know, that little transportation situation wasn't part of the plan, because they were promised a ride from these two guys. So I understand why they had like a lot of kind of like aggression towards us, but we were just like, you guys don't understand. If we get out the car, what we're gonna go home with? Like, we came with these guys. Relax. Yo. Relax. Like, we were just like, honestly, I was just feeling like they just need to relax. They just need to relax their asses, because, you know, they're badass bitches. They're gonna get to the club anyway. You know what I'm saying? But we did not come to the club with the intention to sleep with anybody. You know, so our plan A has to come through. Girl, got that yummy yum, that yummy yum, that yummy yum. My friend's like, let's go check this one ATM that she knows of around the corner, right? And my friend is like, look, when this guy gets out the car to go to the ATM, I'm gonna get out with him. And I'm like, good, because we need to know what's going on. You know, we need to know if they're refusing to give us money. We need to know if they don't have money to give us. You know, we need to know they're gonna, like, we need to know what's going on, guys. It's like now 2 a.m. We are driving up and down Santon, and it's just like bad vibes. Cool. So we get to the next ATM, and then my friend gets out the car. When she gets back in the car, she's like, the car declined, like, I'm gonna tell it, you know, tell it. So in my head, I'm like, I'm just like, what's wrong with broke boys, man? What's wrong with broke boys? Like, if you know that you've exceeded your limit for the night, go home. You know what I'm saying? Don't take up extra responsibilities with these bad bitches that you met at the club if you know very well that you don't even have enough money to cover the responsibilities that you have currently. Why take on more responsibility? In the car, obviously, now you know, tension, because we know what's happening. And we know very well they want to leave with these girls. Although they don't have money to give us to go home, they want to leave with these girls. So tense. So like, they're trying to figure out how they're gonna get us money, whether they're gonna do a transfer, whether they're gonna take out money of their savings, whatever. They are doing all they can to make sure that they can leave the club with these girlies. You know, I mean, they don't want to leave the club with a bad bitch. I get it, you know. All of them were dressed in all white. Marabosha, Duwesti, nowhere to be seen. And here we are, a bunch of girls with our makeup wiped off and looking a hot mess, and we're just like, we're not moving out of this car. We're just like, so like at this moment, like we're in the car, like I don't really remember if we were driving or if the car was stopped, but you know, we were in the car, right? We're in the car, and I think we're driving back to the club, you know, where the girls were. I think we're driving back to the club where the girls were, and obviously because we're having conversations on the car, we're driving pretty slow. You know, we're trying to figure out before we get there, because they're gonna need something to tell the girls when they get there, and when we get there, we're gonna need our money to go home. And also the tense, so guess who shows up? Whoop whoop, the police. The police show up, and you know, obviously now it's a problem, it's an issue, because we've been drinking, you know. Guys, we're at the club, you know what I'm saying? We have been drinking, and unfortunately they were drinking as well, and at this moment they were drinking and driving. So immediately when the police showed up, tense because we were just like, we know what's gonna happen, and they don't even have money. They don't even have money to pay the jojo. And my police had to stop back. We stopped at the side of the road. We stopped, and obviously they want the driver to get out of the car. They want to see, you know, whatever they want to see, and then it's time for the breathalyzer. And the officer goes back. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. When the officer and the guy that we were with, the driver of the car, when they were outside talking, they were literally like standing by the bonnet of a car. Yeah, they were standing there in front of the car there. So now we see this nigga coming back to the car, right? He comes back to the car and he lets us know what breathalyze, right? Cool. The officer goes back to his car to fetch the breathalyzer machine, right? The guy gets out, goes back to where they were standing. So now we are in the car. It's me, it's my friend, and it's her friend, right? The other guy we're with stayed with the girlies. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like to keep an eye on them, I guess, to be, you know, to overbook, to make sure they don't run away. So it's me, it's my best friend, it's her friend. Now understand this, guys. We are drunk, we are very worried, we are very scared, You know, right now I'm shitting my pants. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, why did I not call my uncle 30 minutes ago? Like, you know, my uncle has always told me, growing up, he always told me that, you know, if as long as you're in my area, you know, you don't have anything to worry about. As long as you are where I am, if you get into trouble, call me. You know, I'll come fetch you, it doesn't matter. So in my head now, I have all those lectures from him, just, why did you not call me? Now I have my dad, Makut, eh? Johannesburg, eh? Now I'm imagining, like, in my head, things are going to shit, guys. Things are going to absolute shit. You know, I am so stuck in the scenarios in my head, I don't even realize what's happening outside. So when the officer comes to us, we're thinking the officer's gonna tell us we are taking this nigga into custody, and yeah, y'all are gonna have to find your own way home. This nigga comes to us and is like, Batum, where's the driver? But like, what do you mean, where's the driver? Good. Guys, I remember this moment so specifically. I was like, what do you mean? Where is the driver? He's outside with you. You know, like where he's always been. The officer lets us know that this bitch of a nigga ran away. I mean, maybe calling him a bitch nigga is being too harsh, because I mean, who wants to get arrested? You know what I'm saying? But I'm calling him bitch because he left us there. He didn't even come and do a team talk and was like, guys, Kushubile, let's run away. No, he was like, I'm one man, Gachala, and he left us in the back seat of his car, in the middle of the road, Kamasa, early as fuck, around 3 or 4. Now the cops are just like, guys, we think this guy has run away. We think he left you guys here. We are gonna go look for him around the surrounding area, and we'll come back and let you know. But so obviously now in the car it's all chuckles. You get what I'm saying? It's all chuckles. We are laughing to keep from crying. Like we are just like, wow, wowzers, browsers, wow, 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 wow. Hey, why not clear? In your car. You just left us. No word, no nothing, no SMS, no nothing. He left everything in his car, guys. And I honestly, looking back at that moment, I realized that him coming back to the car to come tell us that he's about to take a breathalyzer, you know, was actually him coming back to the car to take his house keys. So at that time, the cops come back and they just kind of lay it out for us. They're like, guys, this man ran away. Okay, we cannot find him. He's not around the surrounding areas, and so there's nothing more we can do. And we're just there like, Achum, Captain Malibana, what about us? We need to go home. Can you give us a ride? They're like, no, we cannot give you a ride. We cannot. We shall not give you a ride. I just felt like, wow, 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 wow. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy to me. The whole thing was just so insane. I was just like, this is not real. This is not real. So now the officers are like, ish guys, nah, we're gonna be out to patrol the rest of the neighborhood. Stay safe. So now we're just like, what the hell are we gonna do now? Maybe after like 40 minutes of being in the car, because we were just hoping that he would come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would kind of run away and wait for the cops to go away, and then he'd come back. No, this nigga did not come back. But you know who came back? The cops. The cops came back. The cops were like, guys, this is not a safe area. We're just like, bitch, you're not telling us any breaking news. It's like 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, and you know, we are in someone else's car on the side of the road. We know this is not safe. We are 3 girls in a car. We know 3 black girls in a car. We know this is not safe. I mean, they're saying we have to go, right? So now we're discussing our options. We're like, okay, so will you take us home? That's already checked out. No, we can't take you home. Okay, so can you take the car home? They're like, first of all, you guys are drunk. That's drinking and driving, and also it is not your property, so you may be arrested for stealing. So what the fuck are we supposed to do? We're just supposed to sit here. We're just supposed to sit here and wait to get stabbed, robbed, killed, you know? What? What are we supposed to do, officer? You know, and they're just like, we don't know, but we're gonna go, and if you come back and you guys are still here, we're gonna have to take you in. And I was just like, this is not helpful. So the cops leave, right? And in the car, it's my friend and her friend. So now we're trying to figure out what the hell we gonna do now, right? I look at her, she looks at me. We look at the other girlie, but the other girlie is kind of like passing out, you know, like she was passing out of the club. So, you know, just at this point, the decision making was up to me and my friend. We're just like, bitch, let's do it. At this moment, we decide to steal the car. Basically, we decide to steal the car. Because we're like, fuck this nigga. He is not gonna leave us in the middle of nowhere and think we're just gonna sit here and wait for him to come back in the car. No! I was just like, fuck this nigga for real. Fuck this nigga, fuck his car, fuck his phone. You know, tomorrow apparently it's a weekday. Fuck that too, he won't be able to get to work. Fuck all that. We are leaving with the car. I do not give a fuck. Like, I need to be safe. I was just like, no ways. My girl was like, same sis, and that's how we decided. Fine, so now that we decided to steal a car, now we have to decide who's gonna drive the car, right? I'm just like, first of all, the only thing I have on me is a fucking ID. I do not have my driver's license, so I cannot drive. And you know, my friend Bonnie was like, okay, but you are the most sober. You know, you are the most sober amongst us 3, so maybe you should drive. And I was just like, girl, I'm not even hearing none of that. First of all, I don't have my glasses, I don't have my ID, I don't know this nigga, he not even my friend, I'm not gonna drive nobody else's car. Like, I was just listing things, you know. I do not want to go to jail. I am not gonna go to jail. My dad would not be happy. What if I crash his car? Would he? I was just like, nope. I have a very big, very strict policy against driving other people's cars, and a big part of it comes from the place of lack. You know, I'm poor, so I cannot help you fix your car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not gonna drive your car because I cannot fix it, period. And that has been working amazing for me. So on that night, I was just like, I am gonna keep this momentum going and not drive this car. So now it's between my friend and her friend. Okay, so here's like the statistics, the pros and cons of the matchup, right? My friend is less intoxicated than her friend, right? But her friend has a license. So it took like a lot of back and forth, like who's gonna drive, who's not gonna drive. And at the end of the day, we just decided that a bitch who was falling asleep on the club couches cannot get us home safely, period. So my friend decided to drive. We start the car, and at that point, I'm just feeling like a fucking rebel. I'm just like, oh my god, we are stealing a car, bitch. So as we're driving on the highway, guys, I remember that a cop car came behind us and stuff, was like following us, and I'm just like, whoa, we are going to jail, we are going to jail, we are going to jail. That's what I thought. And at this moment, like, You know, the cop car was taking every left we were taking, and to be honest, it kind of looked like they're trying to like flag us down. You know, I don't know if I was drunk or I was just dizzy or it was just that adrenaline from everything that was happening, but I was just like, oh my god, they're stopping us. So at this point, my friend looked at me and I looked at her, and she looked at me and I looked at her, and she looked at me and I looked at her, and I looked at her friend who was passed out on the couch, and obviously she couldn't look at me back because she was passed out, right? And I was just like, I run the bitch. And my girl was like, cool. We sped up, the cop car also sped up, and it just got to a point where they got cut off by a light. In my head, obviously, it seemed a little bit more dramatic, and you know, we outran them like this is like Fast and Furious 2 or something, Tokyo Drift vibes. But what if they were just going to the same place we were going? You know what I'm saying? We made our way back to my friend's place, and you know, her friend walked 2-step back to her place, and we 2-step back to my friend's place. And you know, obviously, like the whole thing, when we got home, we're just like, oh girl, look at us, we are criminals, we are real G's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go girl, oh my god, this is hard as shit, this is the hardest shit we ever done, oh my god, you know, bad decision teams are us. The mission was accomplished. We got home, so we were happy, we slept, and you know, apart from the hyping ourselves up, because you know, now we are certified thugs, you know, we are certified G's, you know, now. I remember just being glad that, you know, the police actually didn't stop us and we were able to just get home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you get home and you just have to get home, like getting home was a mission, like getting home was a war, okay? But we won, because that's what bad bitches do, they win. In the morning when we wake up, I distinctively remember waking up and looking outside the window and seeing the car parked outside next to my friend's car, and we were just like, we really stole a car, bitch. And you know, the funny thing, we were just so young and carefree that in our heads we're just like, you know what, let's take this car on a joyride. We went out, we had breakfast, you know, it was a good time. It was a good time. Then the guy later on came to the house and he came to fetch the car and he apologized and all that. But I was so upset. Until this day I'm so upset, because I just feel like, wow. I will never hang out with a broke boy ever again. Let me tell you, the only thing that went wrong that night was the fact that they ran out of money, and not even ran out of money, but they reached their limit for the day, you get what I'm saying, and they couldn't give us money to go home. That was the only thing that went wrong that night, you know. And it wouldn't have been an issue if they had just decided, you know what, let's take you guys home, come back and fetch the girls. But no, because you know, a broke boy is gonna broke boy, and it's just gonna be a greedy little thing and take, you know, on more responsibility than they can handle. You know, they put us in a really shitty position, especially considering the fact that at that time I had a car, you know what I'm saying, my friend had a car. We could have easily just convoyed, but because they insisted on us being kind of their responsibility, you know, that's why that night played out the way it played out. And that's what upset me, because I just feel like, damn man, like, you know, we are human beings, like something wrong could have happened to us, we could have gotten arrested, we could have crashed your car, my nigga, you know. But you know, the next day when he came to fetch his car, I remember that he brought my friends flowers and stuff like that. So he was just really sorry about the whole thing, and I guess he didn't want to get arrested because he was driving over the limit, you know, driving drunk and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, if you learn anything from this tea time, actually let me tell you guys what I learned from that whole situation. You know, I learned that having resources, especially as a young woman, is so important. Like I remember us being in the car and kind of going back and forth with how we're gonna get home, and me being super annoyed that I left my car back in Pretoria, and my friend also being annoyed that, you know, she left her car. You know what I'm saying? We could have, you know, we could have not had this issue. Looking back on it, I think, not even I think, I know that I was mistaken to put my safety in the hands of someone else. And you know, it sucks, guys. It sucks that you really can't trust people, and it sucks that you really can't be sure that someone will look out for your best interest when the time comes. But you just have to go off of that assumption. You just have to go off the fact that you can't really trust anybody with your safety. You can't really trust anyone with their future, and just make sure that on your side you're covered. Ooh. And we are done. So that's it from me and tea time. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it, and let's just start sharing, guys. Let's just share some tea, and let's just share our first club experiences, our first Joburg club experiences, because you know the clubbing scene that side is different. It's different, and that's how I ended up stealing a car. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next time with more tea. But until then, bye.